All right, it is Monday, March 1st, 2021. It's the first day of trading in March. It is now it's after 6 p.m. The market is closed, but the futures market is open. And I'm showing you a painting of a painting by by an artist that actually I went to high school with. And this artist sold me this painting a few years ago. It was a painting of Arthur Ashe, or it represents Arthur Ashe. I grew up in Richmond, Virginia. Arthur Ashe was the greatest black tennis, black male tennis player that's of all time. He's the GOAT tennis player of all time for black males. And he was from Richmond. He grew up in Richmond, and he won Wimbledon. He won the Australian Open, and his career ended sadly in his 40s. He had surgery. I think it was bypass surgery or some type of cardiac surgery, and he required blood transfusions. And that was right around the time when HIV, AIDS was just hitting the world, and blood products weren't screened like they are now for AIDS, and it wasn't uncommon for people to get HIV/AIDS from a blood transfusion when AIDS first came out. When we first learned about it, once it was known that there was a risk with blood products, or that it was transmitted that way. One way of transmitting it via blood. They quickly started protocols for screening for AIDS, and then this occurred much less often afterwards. There was always a risk. There's still a risk, I guess, to some degree, but it's minuscule compared to when AIDS first came out. And so he contracted HIV/AIDS. The treatments for AIDS were not good at all. When it first, when it first came out, because of course it takes time to develop treatments. And over the years, the treatments have improved significantly. So there are people who had AIDS then are still alive. However, Arthur Ashe succumbed to pneumonia as a complication from HIV/AIDS and died at the young age of 49. But he will always be remembered as the greatest of all time for a black male tennis player. And they have a athletic center in Richmond named after him, the Arthur Ashe Center. And he'll be remembered for many years by Richmond citizens. Okay, so I choose that painting today because one thing I aspire to be is a futures trader that will be the greatest of all times. Well, I wish. I got a ways to go with that, I tell you. But today was a nice day. Finally, an up day after weeks of torment. We had a solid gain for all of the markets today, for most of the markets, for the equities, that is. And you are looking at the micro E-mini NASDAQ chart. NASDAQ micro E-minis. And you can see that the rise started in the after hours. I actually made a trade when the market first opened. And then we rose. We had a significant move up. And I decided to take one of my contracts off here. And I took another one off here, close to when the market was, well, this was fairly close to market close. I think we were in the final hour. And I was just concerned that we might get pulled back. And I had recouped quite a bit of my losses by the time I took those contracts off. I still hold 3 contracts. And you can see I have a gain up there of over $1,000. And I still hold 3 contracts. So if we have another banner day tomorrow, my account will be back in the 40,000 range. Just a quick glance at my account. So right now, my margin, no concerns there, only $380. My account value is currently at $39,167. So that's $39,167. Now I'm still down. I was as high as 44,500, but I'm very pleased with that 168, because that's a gain. That's a marked gain from the bottom. All right, 44.5 was the top for me, but my account had dropped as low as about 30,000. It had gotten down to 30,000. I mean, that was really scary. So 39 is way ahead of 30,000. So that's why I took some contracts off, because if we do get a pullback, if we get that immediate pullback, sometimes that happens. The market gets bearish on you, and then you have this big bull run. This even happened in 2008. I don't know if anyone you recall, but in 2008, around December, I think it was, there was a big move in the market higher for one day. And then the next 2 days, we gave all that gain back. So that's what a bear market can do. I'm not saying we're in a bear market, but the last 2 weeks of February were kind of bearish to me. And if this is a bull, I don't think this was a bull trap. I think this was a return to the bull market, and that's what I'm hoping it was. But I just didn't want to leave myself any margin of error. If we do have a sell-off tomorrow, if we give back a lot of the gains from today, I just don't want to give it back. I don't want to put myself back in the situation where, my account's loss is down, $10,000 out of a $40,000 account. That's 25% of my account. That's enough to nearly wipe me out. So I've scaled back on my holdings. If we continue to trend higher, it won't take me too long to get back to 44.5 and more. Plus, I can always buy contracts. And that's what I did today. I did some scalp trading. Here's gold. I did one little scalp trading gold. That didn't really amount to much. I just jumped in, jumped out, and I'm glad I did, because gold just kept trading off, and it is, wow, it's all the way down to 1720. So I don't know. There are a lot of people out there that still, I don't know. There's like people out there. There are people out there that, you know, Tesla will never stop going higher. Other people think that Bitcoin is going to $1 million per coin. And then you got people that are, let's just love gold no matter what. And they tell you to buy gold no matter how expensive it is or how cheap it gets. So anyway, the gold people into gold are hurting right now because it's all the way down to 1720. I have seen gold trade as low as $250 an ounce, somewhere around there. It dropped really low back. I think it was back in the 90s. And because I had actually bought some at around 300 or three something, 325 an ounce or something like that. And the price went so low. They were saying that it was below the cost that is required to even mine it. That's how cheap gold had gotten back then. And I bought some coins, and it went down to something like $250 an ounce. It came back up, and I ended up selling those coins, and I actually took a loss on the sale, but I sold them for over $300 an ounce. Kind of wish I'd held on to them. Now they're even at 1720. Boy, that would have been a huge gain. But the fact that, you know, I just remember that, and it's been hard for me to get back into gold because of that. In terms of a long holding in gold, because I remember when it was so cheap, and I feel like, wow, you know, I was hesitant to hold it then. You know, now I'm going to buy it when it's like close to 2,000 an ounce. So, you know, I've been hesitant to hold gold for a long period of time, but I will jump in and out. You know, this is one, you know, you just kind of got to time it right. Gold, a lot of times it either wants to go up or go down. So it's not that hard to jump in and out. I don't applaud what I did here. You know, if anything, this is in a downtrend, but the market